Tonight, the tables have turned in a way few could have predicted. The world is witnessing a diplomatic twist that has left many stunned, and the spotlight is now firmly on Turkey and its sudden change of heart. Turkey, once a vocal and relentless critic of India on the global stage, is now doing something unthinkable, pleading for Indian tourists to return to its shores. The same officials who once questioned our policies are now extending warm welcomes, hoping to see Indian travelers fill their empty streets and hotels. Not long ago, Turkey echoed Pakistan's rhetoric, standing shoulder to shoulder with our adversaries. But now, in a dramatic reversal, they are rolling out the red carpet for us, hoping to rebuild bridges that were burned by their own words and actions. What could have forced such a dramatic U-turn? Is it a newfound respect for India and its people, or is it simply pure economic desperation driving this sudden outreach? The answer, it seems, lies in the numbers. For years, Turkey's leadership openly criticized India, especially on the sensitive issue of Kashmir. They aligned themselves with our adversaries, underestimating the unity and resolve of 1.4 billion Indians who do not forget easily. The silence from Indian tourists was not just a boycott, it was a powerful message. It hit Turkey where it hurt the most, their economy. Once bustling bazaars, souvenir shops and luxury hotels now stand eerily empty, a stark reminder of the consequences of political posturing. Now, as Turkey faces a deepening economic crisis, they remember the billions of dollars Indian tourists once brought in, lavish destination weddings, bustling markets filled with Indian shoppers, and luxury hotels booked months in advance. The absence of Indian visitors has left a gaping hole in their tourism industry. Make no mistake, this isn't a friendly invitation. It's an SOS from a sinking ship. Turkish business owners are desperate, and the government is scrambling to revive a collapsing sector. The question now is, should we forgive and return as tourists, or should we demand genuine respect and a change in attitude before extending our friendship and our currency once again? This is a defining moment for India. Our dignity, our self-respect is not for sale. We must decide whether to accept this olive branch or stand firm until we see real change. The world is watching closely, and tonight, as the nation debates, we will find out what path India chooses. The answers we give now will echo far beyond our borders. The Turkish economy is in freefall, currency collapse, soaring inflation, and unemployment at record highs. Once considered a rising star among emerging markets, Turkey now finds itself grappling with a crisis that touches every corner of society. The streets that once bustled with commerce and optimism are now eerily quiet, as businesses shudder and hope fades for many. The lira has lost massive value, making imports expensive and savings worthless for millions. Every day, ordinary citizens watch their life savings evaporate as the currency plunges to new lows. Imported goods, from electronics to medicine, have become unaffordable luxuries, and even basic items now cost a small fortune. Inflation is rampant. Basic necessities are now luxuries for many Turkish families. Grocery store shelves are often empty, and when products are available, their prices have skyrocketed. Families are forced to make impossible choices, cutting back on food, skipping meals, and sacrificing essentials just to get by. Tourism, once a pillar of their economy, is in crisis. The loss of high-spending Indian tourists created a void they can't fill. Once crowded bazaars and hotels now stand deserted, and the ripple effect has devastated countless small businesses that depended on tourism for survival. Turkey faces a massive current account deficit, spending more foreign currency than it earns. The country's reserves are dwindling, and the central bank is under immense pressure to stabilize the situation, but the gap between what Turkey spends and what it brings in continues to widen. The government is scrambling, offering incentives and outreach, but the motive is clear: economic survival. Emergency measures are announced almost daily, but critics argue these are mere band-aids on a much deeper wound. The sense of urgency is palpable in every official statement. When Turkish officials smile and extend friendship, look at the balance sheets, not the words. Behind the diplomatic gestures lies a desperate search for financial lifelines, as analysts and investors remain wary of Turkey's true economic health. This is not newfound love for India. It's a desperate bid for a bailout. Turkey's outreach to India is driven by necessity, not genuine partnership, as they seek to attract investment and tourism dollars to plug the growing holes in their economy. Alienating India was a monumental blunder, and now their economy is paying the price. The diplomatic missteps of the past have come back to haunt Turkey as they scramble to repair relations and stem the economic bleeding. They see Indian tourists as the quickest source of hard cash. Hotels and shops are rolling out the red carpet, hoping to lure back the visitors who once filled their coffers and kept their businesses afloat. The consequences of their political posturing have come home to roost. Turkish citizens now watch in frustration as opportunities slip away, and business owners face the harsh reality of closing their doors for good. Turkey needs us more than ever, but at what cost to our pride? As the crisis deepens, the question remains: will India answer the call, or will the wounds of the past prove too deep to heal? The future of Turkey's economy and its relationship with India hangs in the balance. Not long ago, Indian tourists were celebrated in Turkey, treated like royalty, the kings and queens of their tourism industry. Hotels rolled out the red carpet, and every arrival was met with genuine warmth and excitement. Turkish hospitality was on full display, eager to welcome guests from India. From the bustling bazaars of Istanbul, where Indian families haggled for treasures, to the magical skies of Cappadocia, where they floated in colorful hot air balloons, Indians were everywhere. Their presence was unmistakable, and their enthusiasm infectious. They explored ancient palaces, sampled local delicacies, and filled the streets with laughter, spending lavishly and embracing every experience. Indian weddings in Turkey became legendary, multi-million-dollar spectacles that transformed palaces and luxury hotels into vibrant celebrations. These grand events not only showcased Indian culture, but also propped up local economies, providing jobs and opportunities for countless Turkish businesses, from florists to caterers. Year after year, hundreds of thousands of Indians visited, pouring millions into Turkey's coffers. Their appetite for shopping, fine dining, and unique experiences made them some of the most valuable guests. Turkish markets thrived, restaurants buzzed with activity, and hotels enjoyed record bookings. Sensing this golden opportunity, Turkish Airlines expanded its flights to Indian cities, making travel easier than ever. The Turkish Tourism Board launched special campaigns in India, partnering with travel agencies and influencers to attract even more visitors. It was a mutually beneficial relationship, one built on trust, respect, and shared prosperity. Indian tourists felt at home and Turkish businesses flourished. But then, politics intervened, casting a shadow over this thriving partnership. Turkey's leaders assumed that business could be separated from politics, believing that Indian travelers would overlook diplomatic tensions. But they misjudged the new spirit of modern India, a nation proud of its identity and fiercely patriotic. They thought we wouldn't notice their double standards or that we'd simply ignore the political climate. But Indian travelers are more aware than ever, and they expect respect on the world stage. That miscalculation cost them dearly. Hotels that once bustled with Indian guests now stand empty, and shopkeepers who once thrived now worry about their future. The memory of that golden age lingers in Turkey's heart. It's why they're so desperate for us to return, hoping to revive the magic and prosperity that Indian tourists once brought to their shores. What went wrong? In a word, betrayal. President Erdogan's anti-India stance, especially on Kashmir, crossed a red line for Indians. Turkey parroted Pakistan's propaganda, interfering in our internal affairs and supporting our adversaries. This hypocrisy, welcoming our tourists while attacking our sovereignty, was a personal insult. The breaking point was Turkey's outrage over Article 370's abrogation, aligning fully with Pakistan. Indians responded with anger and resolve. If Turkey doesn't respect us, why should we spend there? The boycott was a grassroots movement, not a government order. Travel plans were canceled, weddings moved, business deals paused. The message was clear: respect is non-negotiable, friendship is a two-way street. Facing economic meltdown, Turkey has launched a frantic charm offensive targeting Indians. Hostile rhetoric has vanished, replaced by messages of friendship and shared culture. Special discounts, simplified visas, and Indian-friendly hotel packages are on offer. Turkish celebrities now profess love for Bollywood. Chefs collaborate with Indian spices. It's a calculated PR campaign, not a change of heart. The core issue remains: no apology, no reversal of their pro-Pakistan stance. They're trying to fix a deep wound with discounts and sweet talk. Turkey wants economic benefits without changing its politics. This charm offensive is a gamble, betting Indians have short memories. Are they right? Is Turkey's outreach genuine or just a desperate business move? The timing is suspicious. Outreach only began when their economy collapsed. For years they criticized India, now they remember our shared history. Sincerity in diplomacy is measured by actions, not words. A real gesture would be a public apology and a shift on Kashmir and Pakistan. Instead, we get tourism promotions and visa offers. Turkey is offering a commercial solution to a political problem. They've done the math, losing India is too costly. But India is not just a market, we are a proud nation. Our relationship must be based on mutual respect, not discounts. In today's digital era, foreign policy is shaped by citizens, not just governments. The Turkey boycott began on social media. Hashtags like #BoycottTurkey went viral. Influencers, activists, and ordinary Indians shared clips of Erdogan's anti-India speeches. Travel bloggers and wedding planners publicly shifted away from Turkey. The movement spread rapidly, creating unified public sentiment. The impact was swift: flights canceled, bookings withdrawn, tour packages unsold. Turkey's tourism industry was blindsided by the power of Indian social media. This digital movement empowered Indian consumers, showing our spending is political power. The boycott set a precedent: disrespect India, and you'll pay economically. This is the new face of citizen-led diplomacy. The rules of the game have changed forever. Now, India faces a dilemma: pragmatism or principle. Turkey offers beautiful, affordable holidays and business opportunities. But forgiving without an apology sends the wrong message. Our red lines can't be crossed for a discount. National pride argues we must demand respect before spending our money. This is not an easy choice. Personal interests versus collective principles. The boycott worked because it was unified action. Abandoning it now without real change weakens our position. Are we a nation of deals or of dignity? Every Indian must decide, but our collective choice will shape how the world treats us. The implications will last for decades. We can't ignore the shadow of Pakistan in India-Turkey relations. Turkey's alliance with Pakistan is deep and strategic, rooted in shared ambitions. This axis has fueled anti-India rhetoric and actions impacting our security. Turkey wants our tourism dollars while supporting our adversary. For India, this is unacceptable. Friendship can't be compartmentalized. In the new global order, you can't be close to India's enemy and expect friendship from India. The lines are clear: nations must choose sides. If Turkey truly wants to rebuild ties, it must reassess its foreign policy. More than tourism promotions, we need a real shift away from anti-India actions. Until then, skepticism is justified. The nation has heard the facts, now it must decide.